Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Try Hard Trucking with me, Rollcase TV, where I do the best I can with what I've got, which is not a lot of talent, but a whole lot of little champ. I got the little champ here, folks. This guy was responsible for digging through the woods to get the last little bit of scouting that needed to be done on this map. There was, where was it? It was up here. He had to climb up here quite a ways. And he got this little bit scouted here. It still looks like this wasn't scouted, but that's actually just gray on the map. You can see there's gray on the map here. Because you can see that the border, it would be black on the side, and it's not black. It's brown. So yes, every square corner of this map has now been scouted, including here. Again, you can see that the border goes down. So that is complete. That was, believe it or not, objective 1 of when I got onto this map. This is the second map. The first map I finished. And it took me a long time. I had to do a bunch of tasks in the meanwhile. But now the next task is to make sure I have all the tasks marked on the map. And all the trailers and things. So they should all be on the map, but they might be grayed out. So let's mark where each of these are in no particular order. Okay, landslide of the mountains. Do I have that on my task list? Landslide of the mountains. I do. A keepsake. A keepsake. Okay. Landslide mountains. Lost trailer. Lost trailer. Nighttime delivery. Nighttime delivery. Everything for the pictogram. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, everything for the pictogram. This column shows you what I found, the tasks that were unlocked by either the radar scans or the watchtowers. That doesn't mean I've been close enough to them to actually trigger them. This will show me what I've triggered. And so if any are missing from here, but they are here, I have to get to those points. In addition, the small scout, flatbed, and small fuel carrier, I have not. I've put them on the map again via watchtower or radar truck trailer, but I've not actually gotten close enough to trigger them yet. So I have to get those. Everything for the, let's see, the aftermath of hurricane. I do not have that one. Oh, that's a shame. Aftermath of hurricane. You have hurricanes up here in Kola Peninsula? This I find odd. Okay. I have to find it. None of these are in any particular order, obviously. New pool. New pool I've got. Old scrap metal. Old scrap metal. So I still don't quite have the map completely scouted because I do have to find these tasks and trailers that I missed out on. What's the name of this one? Troublesome mortar. It's not on here. I have to go visit it. Old lighthouse. Oh boy, there's a bunch of them not on here. Okay, old lighthouse. A floating change house. Oh, that doesn't sound like something I've got on here. Floating change house. I've got it on here. Forecast for tomorrow. Do not have that. Okay. A lot of them are close together. Lost trailer. Lost trailer. Nighttime delivery. Nighttime delivery. Everything for the pictogram. I think that was already on there. Did I go through them all already? Everything for the pictogram is there. Okay. Am I going through these twice somehow? I think I lost my place. Engine troubles. Let's go from the bottom up. Engine troubles. Dirty business. Let's not click on them here because I think that resets it. Dirty business I do not have. Lost trailer. Lost trailer. Forecast for tomorrow. I apparently don't have because I already have it marked. Floating change house. Floating change house. Wheel of geology. Riddle of geology. Yeah, I think when I clicked on it there, it threw it off. Another floating change house. Old lighthouse. Old lighthouse I don't have. Okay, old lighthouse. Troublesome motor. Wait, old lighthouse. I have to click on it. I don't know what I might have just done. Troublesome motor. Troublesome motor's not there. It's already marked. Old scrap metal. Old scrap metal. New pool. New pool. Doesn't usually take me this long, but I got myself all confused. The house of hurricane, the aftermath of hurricane that I have marked. Everything for the pictogram. Everything for the pictogram is there. Nighttime delivery. Nighttime delivery. Lost trailer. Lost trailer. Landslide in the mountains. Landslide in the mountains. Oh, riveting content. I know. And a keepsake. A keepsake. Okay. So I've got them all marked. Risky business. Did I already do risky business? Dirty business, sorry. Dirty business I haven't done, but it is marked. Alright, well, all of these points that are marked on the map now need to be found. And the best vehicle to do that with is the Rezvani, which is where? Is it in the garage? It's probably in the garage. Yes. Now I have to organize in what order I'm going to do these things, because there's a lot of them, Wow, I didn't realize there were so many things that I hadn't gotten before. Obviously, I'm not going to do these things in that order. But switching the order of these things is going to be difficult. So let's just find a few that are around here. A few points of interest that are around here. There's Dirty Business. Metal shipment. I think I already did metal shipment, right? It's already on my list. No, it must be metal shipment because Dirty Business is on my list. Down here. Wait, metal shipment. Do metal ship? Is metal shipment a location? Why is that marked on there? Is that a mistake? Yeah, that's a mistake. That doesn't need to be marked. And Dirty Business doesn't need to be marked. It is marked, but I've already seen it. So I can get rid of this mark if I do this right. No, of course not. This way? Okay. I found Dirty Business. It needs to be done, but it doesn't need to be marked because I already found it. Okay. So what else is somewhat near me? Anything near me here? I've got this trailer to find. I have this upgrade to get. I probably will not use the Scout for that. I will probably have to use one of the other vehicles. Oh, that's way over there. And I recovered the vehicle that was the closest to there. And there are things here that I have, an old lighthouse and stuff I haven't found. Let's ignore everything on this side of the river and just focus on things that are on this side of the river. Okay, the things that are easy to get from the thing I'm not going to get. I'm just going to take them right off the list. Ugh. Okay. And then this one. Okay. I will redo the list once I get these other things. Okay, so that declutters everything now to just the stuff that's down here on this side. And that's going to be a tricky one. Troublesome metals. Is that the only place I can go to get troublesome motor? It might be an easier one. That's the only one I can get to troublesome motor. Okay. These are locations of things that I have to find. Okay. No, I'll worry about that after I trigger it. So troublesome motor. Aftermath of the hurricane. I am here. That looks like it's got to be gotten up there. I can find the trailer, but I can't do much with it. Oh, it's a Scout fuel carrier. I can winch it to me to grab it. Okay. What order am I going to do these in then? let's... Oh, boy. Actually, I can kind of do these in the order that they're there. Believe it or not. Now this is an ice way. I can't get up that way. I know that. I mean, I could with winchables, but not in this Rezvani. Rezvani is the best one for most of these kind of tasks, but not that one. And I don't know how frozen this might be. I don't know if I can cross there, but I'm going to assume it can't. And now notice, I'm not doing any of these tasks yet. I'm still in the scouting mode. I mapped everything, but I still have scouting to do, which is kind of crazy. I'm hoping that actually doing these tasks is not that difficult. And I'm hoping that the Rezvani can take care of these first few. I know there's a couple that I'm going to need. I'm going to need the Zix for. And this is just a scout trailer. And I'm not going to take it back to there. So I will actually tow it. I'm actually going to kind of do this one because it's on my way to the next thing. Tow it back the way I came. This will work, more or less. I will drop it off at the trailer store. I can't actually, whoops, I can't actually take it. Oh, for goodness sakes. I can't actually take it to the trailer store. Okay. So I will accomplish that much, and then I'll come back and maybe do that next, or maybe change the order of those things. But that's a good thing to try to accomplish right now. I have the fuel. I don't necessarily have the traction and the raw power to get through. But if I need to get one of the other vehicles, if I need to get the Zix Mastodon out there to do some of these things, I will. The Mastodon seems to be actually the best scout vehicle for this map. It's slow and plodding, but that baby can go over, you know, deep snow and through a lot of crackly ice. Getting up ice, this one's probably better. I could put ice tires, stud tires on this. I can't put chain tires on this. I believe I can't put chain tires on the other, but the chain tires are just there's no good reason, no good place on this map where chain tires are going to help you, because the icy parts are surrounded by. You can't get to the icy parts unless you also go through muddy parts to get there, and deep snow to get there. So. Which is kind of a shame, because then you don't know what tires. Like, you want to swap tire. You need to tandem two trucks together. And, you know, I've said this before. have the snow truck towing the ice truck through the snow, and then when you get to the ice, swap them around and have the ice truck tow the snow truck. There's a slope here, let's not go. This one might actually be a little bit better over some of these rocks, the icy rocks, than the Mastodon, because the Mastodon can catch its nose on things and it can get caught on some of the axles and things. So this thing is lighter weight. Oh, this thing. Now here, I was able to get up on here and go around, going this way. And with the Mastodon, that was very difficult. With this thing, it is difficult but doable. Yay! There we go, see? I didn't even have to winch using this vehicle. And who says they don't like this vehicle? I'm really glad for that wide wheelbase on this vehicle. If it had flipped over, odds were okay that I might have actually gotten it back on its feet. Because it has a tendency to roll enough that it gets back on its feet. Let's go ahead. Maybe had I wiggled around getting up on those rocks, I could have actually gone without the winch. There's no reason to do that. It's faster to just get on the winch. So first objective is to retrieve that fuel carrier, take it back to the trailer store, and leave it there, because I can't sell it. But I can refuel from it. And the fact that it's on my map means it's it's on my list of, it might be on my map, but it's on my list of items. Means that it is an item that I can drain to the bottom. I don't have to worry about taking it anywhere. Again, I can practically two-wheel this thing without flipping it. The lights on. But nobody this one. Little hydration break here. I was so frustrated. The reason I'm playing with these paid DLC vehicles is I started playing the game. It was going to be Sunday, every day a different topping, and a variety on Sunday, and for 6 hours, a different game for 6 hours every day, and that it wasn't something that was going to, probably not something that was going to go to YouTube, just a Twitch only thing. And then SnowRunner was the first game I played, because I played MudRunner during one of my 6-hour mid-season marathon streams, which, by the way, by the time you're watching this on YouTube, won't be too far away. First Saturday in August, I do a 12-hour, in this case, midsummer stream for 12 hours, noon until midnight, U.S. Central Time. So I got SnowRunner. I got a huge sale deal on it, and so I got it and got all the DLC because it was a huge sale. I got it for like half off. And then I started playing with a friend of mine, Highway Buster. Shout out to Highway Buster. And I was about to give up. The first week I played, and then I played a little bit on my own. First Sunday. By the way, spelled two different ways. Sunday, A-E, Sunday, A-Y. Because my vehicles kept tipping over everywhere. It was terrible. I couldn't take it. And so he asked me, do you have all the DLC? So I was telling him that I had bought it. He said, yeah. He said, well, follow me here to Alaska. I got something for you. And I joined a multiplayer game with him. And I went to Alaska, and he said, yeah, buy this vehicle. And it was a Zix Mastodon. I did, and suddenly I loved the game again, because it wasn't just about tipping and falling over. So I realized, well, if I've got that one, I can get a bunch of these other ones. So I've got the DLC. In fact, I've got them in my garage. I didn't have the one in my garage because I had to acquire it in Tamir. And so then I started playing with the DLC vehicles. Yeah, this is a horrible way. I know. And the vehicle is light enough that I can actually pull a tree that would normally fall over. Gives me just enough of a boost. Now I gotta do that again. Okay. The Mastodon could have probably gotten through here without doing this. I don't know which tree is the bigger one, better one, but I think it's that one. Ah. Yeah, this is really a mess here. Let me try to get up onto the snow on the side. No, that's not. Actually, no, that's fine. Ah. Let's deforest the whole thing. Oh boy. Is there nothing in front of me? Or reasonably to the sides of me I can use? Let's see if I can actually use this. I know it's a temporary tree. Light, just give me the boost I need to get out of the worst of this. Like, the problem is I don't see anything in front of me either that's going to help. Oh, this is horrible! Moving that isn't going to help. Putting it in low isn't going to help. I already have diff lock, all-wheel drive on. Tires. Just need to get close enough to get something to grab onto. There's nothing here to grab onto. Okay, I can't grab onto stuff up there. Ah, a solid thing, finally, something solid. And in fact, it's the thing I want. Now, how the heck am I going to get back out of here? Yeah, new trailer discovered. Okay, goody. Okay. I need an alternate way. of getting home. Stop the engine. Make it daylight. Okay, which way am I trying to head? I am trying to head this way. So the idea is to turn around and go back that way, but there is nothing I can do to get that way. So maybe instead I can head all the way up here and around here and down to there. And how am I going to get the trailer anywhere close to where it needs to go? Well, I gotta pull the trailer closer somewhere. Going back around that way is not going to happen. It is where I was expecting to go, right? I'm pointed this way. Yeah, I was expected to turn around and go back that way. But that's not how I'm going to get there. How I'm going to get there instead is... what? That's not a road. Continuing forward. Come on, highlight. Highlight at a different angle. Up through here, and then there's a contest there. Maybe I'll do the contest. Oh, that doesn't look good. That looks like it might be icy. You never know what's icy or what's not. This is such an unfair map. There's no clues based on the map itself. I already quote-unquote cheated once by looking up what tasks I had to do to unlock the garage. I really don't want to have to use an outside source to figure out what roads I need to take to get to every single place on the map. Okay, I think I'm going to... You leave the trailer here for now. Oh, those zigzags are all out of place, but whatever. I'm going there. I'm going to take the trailer with me. Yeah. And I need a mastodon to do most of these things. This is not going to work. The snow is just too deep for this thing. Where am I going? That way? Now let's not go through the mud pile. Do I have my brake on? Oh, I'm in low gear. Oh, such a frustrating location. There is no way I'm finishing this location in under 100 episodes. I apologize in advance. If you're binging this after the fact, if you're watching this years later and you want to go see some of the, when I'm finished with all this nonsense, you want to go back and watch all of the seasons on my homepage, youtube.com/@RollCageTV. There is a section just for, you scroll down from my homepage, scroll down all the way, there is a section for SnowRunner. And that lists every season, has a separate playlist, each of them in chronological order. So you know you can binge them from episode 1 to episode 1 ever. And I am trying desperately to get back on this bank because I think that's actually going to be better going than that road. And I have a bad feeling that's going to be ice. And pulling this trailer there will be difficult. And part of my 100% is I leave nothing on the map. I'm pretty convinced that this is the wrong vehicle to be doing this, that I have to use the Mastodon to do these tasks. Because the snow is just too deep and the crackly ice is just too dangerous, and the Mastodon can get through all of that. One thing the Mastodon can't do, though, is get through narrow spaces, which you would have seen earlier when I had used the Wrangler to get through some trees. Okay, I'm going to go back onto this road because I can't really avoid it, and then we'll see what happens. I do have winch points here, but that means releasing the trailer, winching to get me up, releasing the trailer again, winching to get me up. So far, this isn't as bad. Oop. Almost some momentum. Can I see second gear? Can I see second gear? Can I see it? Can I see it? Second gear, come on, second gear. Pop the clutch. Keep popping the clutch. I haven't seen it. Yes, the adventure of the little Jeep Wrangler that could was in the previous episode. If you miss an episode or two, and you don't want to necessarily binge the whole series, but you want to see the last few episodes that you may have missed, the thing to do there is to, again, go on my homepage on YouTube. Scroll down, you'll see a section called Featured Games. If you open that section up and scroll down a ways, you'll see SnowRunner as one of the featured games. That playlist is in reverse chronological order. In other words, the more recent ones are at the front. So if you just missed a few and you only want to see, because I produce a lot of content, if you only want to see the SnowRunner, the most recent SnowRunner content, use that playlist and that will show it to you. But if you want to see like the entirety of say Kola Peninsula so far, then use the SnowRunner section in the individual Kola Peninsula playlist. Yeah, it's a grind. That's what this game is about. It's a grind. And I'm pretty sure I'm not using the right truck for this vehicle, but I will get up here. I'll drop the little trailer. I'll see what this this task is about, or this contest is about. I have a feeling it's going to be just visiting point to point. Trying really hard to not have to use a winch, because I'll have to unwinch the fuel trailer. Now I am pulling the thing backwards, but that shouldn't matter. I don't think the tongue is going to drag, and the A-frame thing, whatever, is going to drag. The A-frame hitch point is going to drag on the snow enough that it's going to slow me down. It's got a little wheel on it. One of those so-called roads that you get only in Amandra, and also in the first map, whose name I don't remember because I put it blissfully out of my mind. I could go faster if I winched, but then I'd also have to stop and reach back and winch the other thing and pull that in, and then again winch. So I think it's the fastest to make as much progress as I can without winching, because I do have a trailer winch behind me. Another advantage of using the had I started by using the big Zix here, I could have just loaded the scout trailer onto the Zix and actually hitched it. I gotta be getting close, right? I am not even close to getting close. No, whatever you did, stop it. Let's... see, this is going to be way more time consuming, but I'm to a point where it doesn't matter. The time is going to be the same one way or another. As long as it would tell me where the cursor is and allow me to scroll around, or at least hold the button down. I'm holding the button down now and the cursor isn't moving. Let's tap the D-pad. I have to tap the D-pad. And then eventually it locks and it won't roll, it won't scroll. Very frustrating. I'm going to get up here and it's going to turn out that that contest is not something I could do with this vehicle anyway. Oh, this is so painful. Oh, well, I got my brakes on now. That would have helped. I didn't have my brakes on this whole time, did I? Please tell me I didn't have those brakes on my whole time. Where's the cursor? Where's the cursor? There it is. We'll get there eventually. That might be the front of the fuel trailer there. Let's see if I can get it turned down the other way. Yeah, it's the side, but it will give me access to the front. Right? Maybe? No, it's not. So I'll go back to attaching it from the back. Because dragging it sideways is probably not the thing I want to do. Where is the frickin' cursor? Just saw it. Oh, I passed it. I sure hope I didn't have that emergency brake on the whole time. That would have been embarrassing. That's why I couldn't make any progress. I have a feeling that that was something I might have done, but that doesn't mean that I did it that time, because this is slow going. I know I don't have it on now, and it's still slow going. Painfully, painfully slow. Well, I am going to use the Mastodon to visit the rest of these points of interest. I am just going to get the trailer here, see what the contest is. I don't think I'm going to have time to actually do the contest, but it may be that I get a Mastodon over here to do that as well. Coming up on 47 minutes for this episode. I like to keep them between 50 and 55. I would like to at least get up to that contest. I have a feeling it's not going to happen. And for all of you who are in the comments saying, oh, you should be using this vehicle or that vehicle or the other. 6 hours? What are you talking about? 6 hours is nothing. How's it going, Cosbox? I left a comment on one of your YouTube videos. I don't know if you saw it. One of your older ones. Yeah, this is going to be longer than 6 hours. I still have another hour to go after this. Actually, it has not yet been. I started late, so I haven't actually been streaming for 6 hours. But I have been taking long breaks between YouTube episode recordings because I need to run the air conditioner. Hey, Cosbox, how did you see? I have a question. Did you see an ad when you first joined my channel? And if you did, how long was it? Because I've been trying to do things to minimize those ads. I saw it. I haven't got too many videos at the moment, so it's easy to go back and look at old videos. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm glad you saw the comment. Yeah, I get a notification whenever I get a comment. I just go through those, and there aren't so many that I can't keep track if there's an old one. There are not so many that I would fail to keep track on an old one. Ah, almost there, almost there, almost there. Are there pumpkins? I still need about 5,000 pumpkins. It might be difficult as you grow, but at the moment you can respond to everything. Yeah. What was this? I don't see a thing for drop-off points, so that's probably meaning I need to take something somewhere. Okay, let's see what this. Let's actually pull this thing this way, and it is pointed out towards the front. I dragged it in backwards, which is probably good. No. Release the winch. Let's do a 12-point turn here. Get this thing turned around. Your intro commercial was about 20 seconds. Okay. That's the longest one I've seen. People have said 0. Other people have said 15 seconds. They were running about 2 hours before I started running ads during my breaks. So I'm glad to see that I have gotten some I have gotten something out of it. I never allow ads to run during the action. I've got that turned off, but what YouTube will do, what Twitch will do is insist then on not the target, the source. They will run ads at the beginning, and they'll run very, very long ads at the beginning, which is not very conducive, like 2 minutes or more. Your brother's 40th this weekend, so you've been spending time with him. Well, that's a lot more important than watching some incompetent on YouTube. Okay, let's see what this contest is about. I have discovered it before, but I have a job for you if you got game. There's a pile of metal scrap not far from here. I wish I could take it to the recycle station, but I don't have a vehicle for that. We could split the profit. You in? Oh, brother. So I take it this is going to mean I need a different truck. I could have just looked here and looked it up. Yes, I had to deliver metal beams. Well, getting this vehicle here did absolutely no good for me at all. Ugh. Well, I've got a fuel carrier here now, so whatever truck comes here to do this will be able to grab that Scout fuel carrier and get it to where it goes. Anyway, though, I am at 52 minutes on this section of the stream, which means I'm coming to the end of this YouTube episode, and also time to take a break on Twitch. If you're watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere. I'm just going to take a short break, and I will be right back. If you're watching on YouTube, though, that's going to be the end of this YouTube episode. The next episode will be the next weekday at noon U.S. Central Time, which is 6 p.m. or 1800 hours in the UK, and 0600 hours the next day in New Zealand. So thank you for watching either way. Twitch, stick around. YouTube next episode. I will see you then.